Hey
Hi
guys.
everyone, welcome to another video, and today we're sharing our secrets to our happy marriage. And today the title is In Case of an Emergency, What Would Happen? And this is something that me and Jazz talked quite a bit about.
Because people don't really talk about this sort of thing.
And definitely.
And this will show you the wide variety of conversation that me and Primrose actually have.
Yes.
Which means that there's no mistakes between our understanding.
That's it. And there's no what ifs and stuff like that. We know generally about everything. So in case of an emergency is like a topic about, for instance, if I died, what do I want to happen, isn't it? So it was like...
So we did this, this is what we done a while back.
Yes.
We actually decided to make a will.
That's it.
So we made a will, I think it was within the first 6 months of buying our house.
That's it.
We sat down and we discussed it, and we already discussed openly about a lot of other subjects, and over that time frame a few more have come up. So one of the subjects was assets.
Yes.
Who's going to get what?
Yeah.
What we're going to do with our pensions.
Yeah.
Is my parent or your parent going to get any pension? Or are you my sole concern?
Yes.
The
kids.
The kids.
Yeah.
Obviously when kids come along, and when they did come along we discussed more about that.
That's it, yeah.
So we made a will, and that detailed who got everything in our assets, and it was basically simple. If something happens to me, Primrose gets everything, and the kids then get everything.
Yeah.
And if something happens to Primrose, I get everything, and then the kids get everything.
Yeah. So then it was a point of like, at that point, me and Jazz used to go to work together. Yeah. So then this was I said to Jazz, you know, like we got to work together. What about if we got into a car accident that was fatal and both of us were not here? What's gonna happen to the kids?
Because I never thought of this at all. So when she approached me with this, I was like, what?
Why would you think that?
How can we talk about this? Then I thought, wait a minute, wow, I never really thought about this.
Yeah.
Because normal people don't really talk about it all the time.
No.
Like, well, they don't really talk about it.
Yeah.
So she brought this up. I thought, wow, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
What are we going to do if something ever happens to the both of us?
Exactly. So we discussed it, like, you know, with the kids. What do we want? Who do we want the guardians of the kids to be? What do we want to happen to the money? When do the kids get money from our assets? Is it after they're 18? What exactly is going to happen? So we wrote a will out, and we included exactly what our wishes were at that point if both of us were to go. So I think like that's something very important, especially if you travel in cars at the same time. I mean, it could happen on a plane, it could happen anyway, but it's just something that's definitely...
Especially if you work together or you travel to work together.
Yeah.
You go out on dates or whatever together as a couple without the kids.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. It only takes a second for an accident to take place.
That's it.
And basically we discussed that, and we made sure that it was kind of decided and we understood each other.
Yeah.
Because
and both of our wishes were honoured in that will.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't decide something like that, the last thing you want is your kids are put into care.
Yeah.
Your parents or auntie or uncle who would be good for the kids has to go to battle in court.
Yes.
To get custody of the children as a guardian.
Yeah. Or somebody who you didn't want your kids to go to, and they end up getting them.
And they end up getting them. And you're like, just because of the asset that is attached to those kids.
Yeah, they know now. Yeah, they're gonna gain out of it. So this is something that we definitely sat down, thought really hard about, and we made a will about them.
Yeah, which is really important.
Yeah, and then moving on from there was things like, again, people don't really talk about this. I said to Jazz, you know, if I was in a, I don't know, whatever happened and I was paralyzed from the neck down, there was never any chance of anything getting down. Of recovery. I was going to stay in that state forever. What do I want done? And then we spoke about, okay, what about if I was brain damaged, and again, nothing was going to...
You were like basically a vegetable at that point.
Yeah.
And I was basically washing you, cleaning your butt.
Exactly. All that stuff.
But like you had to get a carer, and it was costing the family money. I mean, it's not to say that person doesn't have value in your life.
No, exactly.
It's about deciding, like, I mean, from my point of view, I thought, wow, again, another great conversation that Primrose come up with that I never really thought about.
Yeah.
And then I thought, or I did, but I never really sat down and spoke to her.
Yeah.
And Prim said there was a story about a guy in Britain, which I'm not sure if a lot of the people around the other parts of the world who follow us have seen. But he sat down with his family, they went to Switzerland, he was paralysed from the neck down. He was a very proud man. I think he had an accident. He sat down with his daughters and his wife, they had dinner together, they had the final meal. And it was like almost like a process leading up to him going the next day to Switzerland morning. And being put
put to sleep. Yeah.
And so euthanasia.
Yeah, because it's not allowed in the UK,
no,
by the way. In the UK, it's illegal.
And he basically went away, and he went with pride.
Yes.
And his family loved him to bits. They all kind of wrote him a last message.
Yeah.
And
they were gutted.
And he said loads of beautiful things to them. Yeah. And it was really emotional. I thought, wow, like look at this guy, man.
Yeah.
Like I respect him.
That, yeah.
Like what a don, basically.
That's
like
it.
He went with his head held high, and he didn't make his family suffer.
Yeah.
Because they were going to have to take care of him until he got old. And
exactly, because he wasn't really that old, so there would be like 40, 50 years of somebody taking care of him. So like I said to Jazz, you know, this is what I would want. If that happened, I respect life, and I know like religious people out there will be like, well, no, you shouldn't think like that, you know. But at the end of the day, I think I need to make a decision on my life. And if I was paralyzed from the neck down, there was no recovery, or if I was brain dead and Jazz had to put so much effort and care into me, I never want him to ever think, what would she want if she was in a normal
I already
state?
know what you want.
You know what I want, and I've expressed it clearly what I want. So that, and I don't want anybody to feel guilty on the decisions that I've made. This is my decision, and I expect it in that time to be respected.
In all honesty, that's perfect what Prim is saying. But it's something that we probably need to look into, maybe adding to a will or something, so that legally we've already kind of stated that if I was paralyzed, and it's something we need to look into.
Yeah.
But if you guys are planning to write a will, or for your kids, or you need to start planning about if something happened to you, how you wanted everything to go down.
That's it.
That's something you can look at, like what I would want if I ended up paralyzed, or if I couldn't think for myself. What do I want my partner to do? So legally they're covered.
Yeah.
And you could look at that. It's really important to discuss that. Again, that's all a part of a healthy marriage, communication.
Yes.
It's all clear.
Yeah. And then from then on, I also said to Jazz, okay, let's say if I was going somewhere and I died basically on my way, whatever. I said to him, you know, I know this is again a weird subject to talk about, but I would want you to get married again. I would want you to carry on with your life. I would never want you to think, what would she want me to do? I'd always want you to go with your conscience clear, knowing that I told you whilst I was fit, healthy, everything.
That if I do die, you go and
you carry on with your life. Don't think you'll be disrespecting my memory.
And for me, like, her to say that means a lot, but I would also want that from her. But I would want someone who respected and loved my children first. So if I was gonna do that, even though she's told me now and I know about that, I would still make sure that the kids are loved, and if the kids weren't loved, I wouldn't want to be with another person.
That's it.
And I know Primrose is different from me, because she could actually not marry again and not be with anyone. If
I expressed that, For me, I'm not, because I'm quite a quiet person anyway. I'm quite happy with my own company. People don't really bother me that much. And so for me, I was saying, like, you know, if something happened to you, I'm happy never to get married again, because I'm just happy on my own. It doesn't really bother me. But I know that Jazz is a more social person, and he needs that interaction. He needs a person in his life. So I was like, you go and do what makes you happy. Never think that you're betraying my memory, because I would feel really bad if I was over there.
There was a story, remember you were telling me about this a gentleman that didn't want his wife to get married?
Because one of my friends, her dad had died of cancer, and he expressed that basically when I die, to his mom, I wouldn't want you to get married. You're not allowed to be in another relationship. And I thought that was very odd, because your mom's not very old. Why should she
suffer for so long? Alone.
Yeah.
If it happens, it should just happen naturally. And so if the person finds someone, they shouldn't feel like they can't.
Yeah, they should feel guilty.
Can't basically be in a relationship with someone else because the sort of ghost or soul of that person is
gonna be upset. Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that.
No.
Because at the end of the day, when you're gone, you're gone.
That's it.
Your body, your soul is gone. You're free basically. So at that point, I think again 2 brilliant questions that Prim put to me, and actually made me think about what I would want.
Yes.
And so I turned around and said, yeah, definitely, I would want you to carry on with the rest of your life, and I would want you to basically, if I was to be paralyzed, I want you to take me somewhere where I can go with some respect.
Exactly. So that's it. It's just about.
Also, we discussed about how we would like to be
to be
whether we like to be buried or cremated.
That's it. Was another topic. I was like, okay, so how do you want to go? And for in your culture, it's normal just to get.
Cremation is normal, so I would always want to be cremated. So I let Primrose know that clearly that I don't want to be buried.
Yes.
Because for me, religiously, I think they say everything should go, because once your soul's gone, religiously everything, like any part of your physical being, should be burnt and scattered.
That's it.
So there's no sign, the body does not exist anymore.
And I said, okay, for me, I would have the same. I would want also to be cremated. And because I'm quite a funny person, I was laughing with Jazz. I was like, make sure when they're cremating me and I'm on the belt going into the fire and stuff like that, make sure you play Burn, baby, burn, Disco Inferno. Because I would want everybody at my funeral
to celebrate,
to laugh and remember me as being a joyous person, to funny, and I want people to have a smile on their face, knowing that I've lived my life in the way that I've wanted to live it. I was happy. I don't want anyone to be sad. I know people would miss me, but I still want that moment in time just for people to remember me and laugh, just like she was such a funny person, you know. So that's what was my request for that.
So you definitely need to discuss all these things that we spoke about, because again, these things are reality. The only two guarantees in life are life and death. There's no other guarantees. Everything else either happens or it doesn't happen for you. But those things will definitely happen. So you need to make sure you discuss things like funeral plans.
That's it.
And how you would want it to all happen. And who you want to take your kids.
Exactly.
And whether you want your partner to get married or not. And euthanasia and things like that. You should discuss all of that so that there's no doubt, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, what your partner wants.
That's it.
Because you want to make them happy.
And I want
regardless.
I want my partner to be at peace. Whatever I choose, I want them to know, so that when they make decisions when I'm gone, they're at peace, knowing that that was my request.
Basically, it goes beyond the conscious world. You're going to the non-conscious world, the after. Like,
afterlife.
They will never know what really happened, but maybe they will. We don't know.
Exactly.
No one really knows what happens after death.
Exactly.
But you want to know that you gave them what they wanted when they were in a clear state of mind. They told you what they wanted and you did it.
That's it.
So you can be at peace.
So I'm at peace wherever I am out there, and whoever stays here is also at peace, knowing that they respected that person's wishes that they made. So yeah, guys, that's it really, isn't it?
That really covers everything.
That really covers it.
For us, anyway.
Yeah, for us. Yeah. But if you think that we've missed any other subjects that you think we should have talked about, we definitely, in case there was an emergency, we definitely would like to hear what else we can discuss, because we enjoy talking about different things and knowing that, you know what, it's actually very valuable to communicate your wishes and not ever go and not leave, you know, like written wills and stuff like that, so the people who are left are at peace with the choices that they have to make when you're not here. So whatever sort of thoughts that you have, definitely put them in the comment section. And
if you haven't thought about this conversation topic, I hope that that's quite helpful in your relationship.
Exactly.
If you're going through getting into a serious relationship.
Yeah, or even if you are in a serious relationship.
In a serious relationship.
Have you talked about these things? Does your partner know what you want them to happen? Have you thought
about the kids? And,
Are they allowed to marry when you're gone? Are they not? Discuss these things because they're important. So don't forget again, guys, to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We definitely would like to have you on board. Again, share these videos with your friends and family and let people know that we're here discussing these topics that not many people are discussing. So yeah, guys, that's it really, isn't it?
That's it, that's everything.
On that note, we're gonna leave you and love you, and that's it.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi guys. Welcome to another video of us sharing the secrets to our happy home.